really don't care about the bike. Too late now.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, everybody.
This is girl. All right. Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Thursday night service. It's going to be exciting. Looking forward to the word tonight.
Amen.
We'll go ahead and open in prayer, and then everybody come up and greet each other, and we'll get started with some praise and worship. All right, Lord, we just invite you into the service tonight, Lord Jesus, and we just know that it's going to be a good one, Lord, and we just look forward to seeing what you're going to do, Lord Jesus, and to hear the word that's going to be delivered, Lord, and we just give you all the praise and all the glory in Jesus' name. Amen. Come on up.
You speak and move this heart of mine away from the start until the end of time. You're in the details. You're in the details. I have come to this place in my life. I'm full, but I'm not satisfied. This longing to have more of you, and I can feel that my heart is committed. I'm thirsty, my soul can't be quit.
I have.
Already know this, but still, come on, do whatever you want to. I'm standing knee deep, but I'm not where I've never been. And I feel you coming, and I hear your voice on the wind. Would you come and tear down the boxes that I have tried to put you in there? Come, teach me who you are again. Would you take me back to the place where my heart was only about you and all I wanted was just to be with you. Come do whatever you want to. And further and further, my heart moves away from the shore. Whatever it looks like, whatever it may come on your way. And further and further, my heart moves away from the shore. Whatever it looks like, whatever it may come on your way. Yeah, you cry. I'm lost control, but I'm afraid. I'm going under. I'm in the night. Yeah, you crash. I'm not letting nobody be. I'm going Pours from Emmanuel's veins. The sinner was plunged beneath the flood of God saved. Since then I walk in forgiveness. All of my guilt was erased. The chains of the past are broken at last. I got saved. Oh, I got saved. I'm undone by the mercy of Jesus. I'm undone by the goodness of the Lord. I'm restored and made right. He got a hold of my life. I've got Jesus. How could I want more? I received nothing but goodness. I've tasted and tasted your grace. I was so lost till I fell at the cross and got saved. Oh, I got saved. I'm undone by the mercy of Jesus. I'm undone by the goodness of the Lord. I'm restored and made right. He got a hold of my life. I got Jesus. How could I want more? God gave me His pardon. The love of God won't let me stay the same. The love of God calls me up higher. It's really stronger. That's why I got saved. Mercy of Jesus, I'm undone by the goodness of the Lord. I'm restored. He got a hold of my life. I got Jesus. I couldn't want more. I'm undone by the mercy of Jesus. I'm undone by the goodness of the Lord. I'm restored. He got a hold of my life. I got Jesus. I couldn't want more. I got Jesus. I couldn't want more. I got Jesus. I couldn't want more. Here I am, all my intentions, all my expressions, I wanna lay them all down in your hands. Only your love is mine, though I'm not entitled, still you call me your child. You don't need me, but somehow you want me. Oh, how you want me. Somehow that frees me and take my hands off of my life and the way it should go. Oh, God, you don't need me, but somehow you want me. Oh, how you want me. Somehow that frees me to open my hands up and give you control. Yeah, I give you control. I've had plans shattered and broken, things I've broken fall through my hands. You have plans to You're behind and before me. Oh, help me believe. Somehow you want me, oh how you love me. Somehow it frees me to take my hands off of my life in the way that you go. Somehow you want me, oh how you love me. Somehow it frees me to hold my hands out. You can give you control. Oh, you somehow you want me, oh how you love me. Somehow it frees me to take my hands off of my life and the way it should go. Somehow you want me, oh how you love me. Somehow it frees me to open my hands up and give you control. I give you somehow you want me. The king of heaven wants me. So this world has lost its grip on me. This current is trying to wreck me. Like castles of sand, castles of sand. I feel like an enemy army is marching again, but I'm making a stand. You surround me on every side. Your love is my armor, I feel like darkness runs from your light. So I won't be afraid, I won't be afraid. You're and oceans of darling, you fight my battles. When my feet are failing and my heart is shaking, you fight my battles. Time after time, you're my refuge. You heal every scar, guarding my heart. You promise the hope that I cling to. I rescue my friend, you come rushing in, surround me on every side. Your love is my armor, I feel like me. Darkness runs from your light. So I won't be afraid, I won't be afraid. You're coming for me, and oceans are calling. You fight my battles. When my feet are failing and my heart is shaking, you fight my battles. You are strong. Every trouble you have overcome. You are strong. every trouble. But I overcome if the weakness through my struggle. Every trouble. But I you're going before me, and oceans are pouring. You fight my battles. You fight my myself is the following. I was swallowed by but out of the darkness you brought me to your light. You showed me your mercy and opened up my eyes. From the day you saved my soul to the very moment when I come home, I'll say, I'll bless my heart. From the day you saved my soul is all around, and there is joy. It's the only sound. Oh, rest my heart forever now. Oh, your arms are always be found. From the day you saved my soul to the very moment when I come home, I'll say, I'll bless my heart. From the day you saved my soul. My heart is yours. My heart is yours. My life is yours. Save my soul till the very moment when I come home. I'll sing, I'll dance, my heart will overflow. From the day you saved my soul, from the day you saved my soul, till the very moment when I come home. I'll sing, I'll dance, my heart will overflow. From the day you saved my soul. and bring your pain. Don't you know that's not your name? You will always be much more to me. Every day I wrestle with the voices that keep telling me I'm not right, but that's alright, 'cause I am always having confidence. I'm not saying I love you, and really there's no point inside of me, and you always let me in the world, in the world, in the world. Bring your doubts, bring your fears, bring your hurt, bring your tears. There'll be no condemnation here. You hold it righteous every day. And every time I fall, there'll be others who will call me a mistake. But that's okay, 'cause I am always having confidence. I'm not saying I love you, and really there's no one living inside of me, and you always let me in the world, in the world, in the world, and really there's no one living inside of me, and you always let me in the world. Says it doesn't matter, 'cause we're all so ready. One more goes good. I'm learning to be free, understanding just how we see the end. It makes me love it more and more. It's good. It's good. Says it doesn't matter, 'cause we're all so ready. One more goes good. I'm learning to be free, understanding just how we see the end. It makes me love it more and more. It's good. You surround me with a melody. You surround me with song. Deliverance from my enemies to all my fears have come. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. From my mother's womb, you have chosen me. Lord has called my name. I've been born again. to a family that found my faith. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I am surrounded by the arms of the Father. I am surrounded by storms of love, deliverance. We've been liberated from our bondage. We're the sons and the daughters. Let us sing our freedom. So no longer
All right. Good evening again. You guys get me twice in one night. So we'll go through announcements really quick. This week, tonight's happening. For the rest of the month, a reminder that we're not doing Mondays and Wednesdays, so we'll only have Thursday nights. Coming up, we have candlelight service, right? On Sunday, the 23rd at 6:30 p.m. And general announcements, we have our bus administrator. If anybody needs a ride, they can call. Our green administrator, we're still taking donations for that. And Edify 101, we're still taking donations for our military that's over in Egypt. And a reminder that everything that's happening here is on Facebook. We have a Facebook event page for everything that we do, so keep a lookout for that. And that's all we're doing for right now. So we'll go ahead and move on to our speaker tonight, Miss Jen, all the way from Granite City. Traveled far to get here. Yeah, through the rain. So we're happy to have her speak tonight. So here you go.
Don't break a leg.
Don't break a leg.
So yeah, the last time my husband was here, he broke his ankle. So the joke was, hopefully I don't break my foot too. I wanted to thank Ricky for inviting me to come out tonight. And you are the audience that are going to hear the shortest sermon you've ever heard in Impact 365 tonight. So I'm so glad you're here tonight. This little guy, Max, is my little 2-year-old. I'm Mike Rayson's wife. Mike's a pastor at WMC at Granite City on Pontoon Road. We've been married almost 3 years, so it'll be Christmas Eve, 3 years we've been married. And never in my life did I ever plan on being a pastor's wife, but
Amen.
so.
Me neither.
I chose the scripture for tonight from John chapter 14. I'm going to start with verse 1 and go through verse 7. So it starts, do not let your hearts be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. My Father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, would I have told you that I am going there to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take with you to be with me, so you may also be where I am. You know the way to the place where I am going. And I apologize if I fumbled through this. I'm a preschool teacher, and it's a week before Christmas break, so everything's a little crazy. So. Thomas said to him, Lord, we don't know where you're going, so how can we know the way?
Right.
In today's society, the answer might be, just look me up on social media. TGIF stands for a couple things. My favorite understanding of TGIF is thank goodness it's Friday, because by the end of the work week, I am ready for a mental break. In the context of social media, however, it's Twitter, Google, Instagram, and Facebook. Obtaining social media followers is wreaking havoc on people's lives. I recently watched 2 shows on Netflix about social media, and it fascinated me. The first one I watched was called Follow Me, which is a documentary by an independent Indian director named Osri Vendasha. He was fascinated by the fact that social media influencers were getting paid to post on Instagram per post. And he wanted to find out what it would take to get people to follow him on Instagram. He started an account with 0 followers, and he had a hashtag and a name of Follow Osri. He interviewed several people throughout the film, which included social media influencers and followers, a doctor, a director of civic media at MIT Technology School, and other people. And his simple question was, how do I get more followers? The answer to that question was astounding. Did you know that you can pay a company to buy followers for you? The The ultimate goal is to attain real followers so they can interact with your post and continue hashtagging and share content from your post to gain more real followers. However, they can also buy you fake followers. And the fake followers are what we are called, what we know as bots. And the fake followers do not interact with your page. They're just there to boost your numbers and make it look like you have more of a presence on social media than you do. In the beginning of the show, Audrey is stopping a lady as she's walking by, and he asks her if she has any of the social media apps. And she says, no, why do you ask? He says he wants people to follow him. And she asks if he's serious, and he says yes. She says, how many friends do you have? And then she tells him to put his phone down and come join her and her partner that she was with for a drink. So continuing with John, chapter 14, verse 6, Jesus' answer is, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you really know me, and you know my Father well. From now on, you do know him and have seen him. So my question is, how well do you know all of your social media contacts? Do you really know them? Have you really seen them? When was the last time that you sat down with each and every person on your contact list and had a personal face-to-face conversation without any technology involved? If you really know Jesus, he's not on Twitter, Google, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, and so on. Now, if you can imagine if Jesus was on social media as a living person in today's society, do you think he'd fall into the social trends that so many people have and people continue to fall into them? The second show I watched on Netflix about this was called The American Meme. It was based on the same concept as Follow Me, but focused more on interviewing 4 social media personalities. After watching this one, I actually kind of felt sorry for Paris Hilton. You see a human side to her as she talks about her past and the cost of her fame and fortune having her entire life publicized. She actually cried about the regrets that she had done. One of the people in the Follow Me documentary actually commented that social media posting in the now doesn't just stay in the now. Once it hits the great interweb, it's out there forever. You may do dumb things in your teens and 20s, but regret it after you have a family and children, and they come across it, or their friends come across it and start asking questions. All I can say is, thank goodness I grew up without all of it.
Amen.
I did my share of dumb things, but nobody can prove it. The whole point of the mega media influencers is money. Once a company notices an influencer, they will look at their follower numbers and the trends the person is posting about, and the company makes a decision from there on how to move on. Some influencers are up and coming and are more appealing to startup companies to try their products and get their name out there. The majority of the influencers with the mega followings are more appealing to the large corporations. Giving a shout out to Adidas is more than just saying, I love your products. There are top secret contracts that tell the influencer what to say, how to say it, when to post it, how to pose with the product, what hashtags to use, and on and on. Then, if you follow all these directions and keep the terms of your contract a secret, they will pay you money for the post. Audrey started his documentary on the purpose of getting paid for any of his posts, which by the end of the filming, he had not reached enough followers to get any status. But he had heard that one influencer received $5,000 for one post on Instagram, and that's how he started his documentary project. Audrey attempted to speak to people within the top secret world of Facebook and Instagram. He just showed up at their respective offices at the front desk and asked to speak to someone if he could get some further information for his documentary. After being told he wasn't going any further than the front desk, he was escorted out by security. He asked the security guard if he would follow him on Instagram, and sadly, the security guard rejected him and said no. One person commented, these days, where do we find our inspiration? Dare I say that staring at Pinterest for hours on end actually crushes creativity. I would love to make all the cool stuff I see on there, but I start getting one post after another because I like this one, and then I like that one, and this one, and that one, and eventually become so overwhelmed that looking at everything I've killed whatever creative juices I usually had.
Amen.
Users are greatly impacted by social media in ways that we might not even realize. The annoying ads you see on Facebook are there specifically to target you as an individual from the tracking data that Facebook has on you. Your usage, your photos, your likes, your comments, the videos you watch, the pages you interact with, and everything you do on social media is followed and tracked by Facebook. And it's a bit scary to think that Facebook probably knows more about you than even you do. Is Twitter, Google, Instagram, and Facebook inspiring us in more ways than anything else is inspiring us in our daily life? Like any other addiction, we keep on using because we want to feel connected to something or to escape from something. What's a better mindless activity than to zone out in front of a screen? The problem that ensues is overuse of technology actually alters our brain patterns. We are warned that children 2 and under should have no screen time whatsoever. As an early childhood educator in my classroom, the evaluators that come and check on our program say that no more than 10 minutes of screen time per day per child in front of any kind of screen, and that's as an individual and a group. The doctor that was interviewed in the documentary Follow Me stated that social media is changing the way we think, the way we behave, altering our ideas and changing our opinions on things. Have you ever put a post on Facebook or seen somebody's post and noticed how upset people get and go at one another if they disagree with what's been posted? What happened to actually sitting down and having a civilized discussion? What happened to respect? Can you imagine what it would look like if someone in real life spoke the words that they aren't afraid to type out when they're sitting behind a screen? I caught the tail end of a TV show one evening, and I love the quote they ended with. The show was Last Man Standing with Tim Allen. The comment was, we unlike, unfriend, and unfollow instead of understand. Can you picture someone walking around in a group of people and pointing to them and saying, I'm unfriending you because I don't like the comment you just made? As disciples of Christ, we are called to friend, to like, and to understand, even if there are things that we don't agree with. We are all children of God, and the calling is for us to be the hands and feet of Jesus to do his work as long as we are living. I think one of the best benefits with social media is the ability to keep in touch with people, especially family and friends that do not live nearby. As my husband is from halfway around the world, I can send Gran, his mother, photos of our family in an instant. However, there is a gap also caused by using technology. It can bring us closer together, but it also seems to drive us further apart more often than not. We have created new rules for phone etiquette. In a classroom, phones might have to go into a case on the teacher's desk as students walk in. Phones at the dinner table might have to be placed upside down on the dinner table. Phones have to be off or silenced when you go sit in a movie theater. And of all the holy and sacred places, phones in church. Use them or not to use them? That is the question. Some churches use technology and screens during service as a satellite for a preacher who may be live in Florida preaching as he's on at the same time as on a screen in Illinois. Televangelism has been around for quite some time and has some impressive results. But how real is all of this? And how intimate is it? Does all the technology truly bring people closer to Jesus? I prefer a real-life pastor to a screen pastor. I feel more connected when I can worship with my friends sitting next to me rather than watching Joseph Prince on TV. The human interaction engages synapses in your brain. Screen time greatly decreases the synapse connection. If Jesus were on Facebook, would he be concerned with how many numbers of followers was showing or how many friends that he had? Would he be worried if his Instagram following started falling under 1 million? Would he be waving at people through Messenger to get their attention? Come, follow me. Would he hashtag follow Jesus on Twitter so he could get retweets and gain more of a following? Looking at it this way, it all sounds a bit ridiculous, but this is how people, or what people are doing in order to gain attention and feel loved. Endorphins make us feel good when they're released. Seeing the reaction from others who are liking, loving, following, sharing, and retweeting our posts gives us that good feeling. People get endorphins released from seeing the notifications pop up, but they are extremely short-term satisfaction. The influencer has to keep posting to receive more feel-good and to stay current. If they don't, somebody will gain more followers than they will, and then they're missing out. The numbers are not real. The numbers are not real-life human connections and interactions. I couldn't imagine having 1 million real-life friends. No way would I remember all their names. But the word of Jesus is constant. It's always there, and it never changes. I find more comfort in that than the constant changes of the speed of light online. It used to be said everyone will get their 15 minutes of fame. Now it seems like it's more like 15 seconds of fame. How do we come away from the screen and become a Jesus influencer? How do we balance the use of technology and making human connections that are meaningful and intimate to bring people the word of Jesus? I think going to the extreme of one way or the other is not the helpful solution. There should be a healthy marriage between technology and personal connection. In the verse I read earlier, Jesus said he would prepare a place for us to come to. I don't think in any way, shape, or form he meant that place is online, cut off from personal interaction. Jesus was amongst the people and gained followers the old-fashioned way without a number hanging over his profile picture saying how many followers he had. Being a Jesus influencer is the most important kind of influence we can give to people. To share the word, to be kind, to love one another, no matter the gender, the race, sexual preference, political opinion, or otherwise. We have had many discussions this year with our evangelism team at our church about how to get people to come to church. One of the easy answers is social media, but in all honesty, that only reaches social media users. Some people do actually live life without TGIF. Out of our group of 10 to 12 people, I asked each of them how exactly they started coming to church. Every person said it was an in-person conversation where someone they were speaking with gave them an invite. Another concern is with youth. The church membership is growing older, which ultimately results in the loss of membership. How do we as a church keep our youth engaged and continue coming to church as they age? You can have the biggest and best youth rec center around, but if you aren't ministering to them, building a Christian foundation, and teaching them to be the hands and feet, how will they retain that membership after they outgrow the youth programs? How can they be the hands and feet when they are tied up in smartphones, tablets, Netflix, and video games? What is your relationship with Jesus? Do you post or share all the memes out there that say something along the lines of being a follower of Jesus, but only if you share, like, comment on the meme? It would be shallow if your faith in Jesus is only shared for the audience of your profile. You can make life look however you want it to appear for the sake of an online audience. Have you heard of Facebook envy? People actually experience depression over seeing their friends' happy lifestyles with their perfect children, fun vacations, and sunshine around every corner. In reality, those people could be in an abusive relationship, have out-of-control behaviors with their children, or just have a nice vacation destination where they barely leave the building. The moral of the story, things aren't always as they appear. Your relationship with Jesus needs to be a personal one. Talk to him, pray to him, worship him, sing his praises, and share him with the people you meet every day in the real world as you are in line, or at the doctor's office, or at an airport, or anywhere else where you're standing and waiting. We tend to dive into our phones and tablets and headphones to avoid talking to someone just because we feel awkward about talking to a stranger. Just giving a smile can open up communication with someone, or a simple hello or how are you today can spark a conversation that you may need to hear in order to share your faith. Reach out by a phone call, not a text, to someone you haven't talked to in a while. Someone may be struggling with things that you have no idea about and need a friend to talk to. Jesus should not be a stranger in your life or a fan page in your profile likes. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Media and societal pressures want you to think their products will make you what they want you to be, which only makes them rich as you're giving your money for their products. Believe in yourself as you were made to be. You were loved for who you are, the way you are, in the eyes of Jesus. Do not judge who you are by the standards of corporations who tell you what you should be, because they're only out for your money. If you're wondering how many followers Asri has of this morning, just a couple years ago, he started at 0, and now his Instagram page was at 11.5 thousand people. How many people can you minister to help them on their way to following Jesus? It starts with one person. One person tells another person. That person tells someone else, and on and on. And it becomes a domino effect. Share the word. Hashtag follow Jesus.
Woo! Amen. I was when she was preaching about that, I was thinking about Peter's brother that came to Jesus, and then he went to Peter and said, "Come and come the Messiah." And Peter would know that it was a revival that brought in 5,000. So, human contact and personal invitation can change. What if it's kind of like I've said many times, it took one person to bring me into church, and what if I wasn't here? What if you weren't here? What if, but it wasn't a robot or a screen that, not that God can't use what we have in order to share the gospel. We're more than able to, but we should never take away from the personal experience. Something that's been on Facebook that I just I really believe the enemy is out to destroy the gathering of the saints. I truly believe that with everything in it. And the more life is getting, you have work at home, and they say that's for family and different things like that, but the more that they can, that we become isolated people, the more we begin to like it. And now they have this thing, whether it's a joke or real, of virtual church, where, you put this thing on your face and you don't have to go to church with other people, you just stay in your bed. And I'm just like, how sad is it to already encourage those that are already doing that? And what kind of relationship? Because we know that Jesus Christ resides in each and every one of us, and when we come together, he says in his word that it's no longer just about him being in us, but he's now in our midst. And if we stop coming together, then he stops coming into our midst. So let's go ahead and pray as we end tonight. Thank Jen for coming and delivering her message. Father, we just come before you right now in the name of Jesus, and we just thank you, Lord Jesus, that you have come to lead us and to guide us. We thank you for your message tonight, God. We thank you for your anointing that definitely was in the house tonight, Lord. God, we just pray that we take this word tonight and allow it to be buried seed into our heart and let it to bring forth fruit, Lord Jesus. Give us people this week, Father God, that we can lead to you and we can ask them to come follow us so that they may come to your house on Sunday. In Jesus' name, everybody said, Amen.